All right, welcome back. Close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. And release. Breathe in, all the way in, all the way down the bottom of your stomach. And breathe out nice and slow. And just observe what your mind is doing. Is it in the past, the future, or are you in the present? What's your mind saying? Is it happy, sad, angry, joyful? And if you can observe the mind, ask yourself, who is the one observing the mind? Ask yourself, who am I? You are that pure awareness. You are not the mind. You are not the emotions. You are not the body. You are pure conscious awareness, forever abiding in peace, serenity, equanimity, happiness, and love. That is your very nature. You are everything. All that is, was, or ever will be. Whenever you're ready, feel free to come back, open your eyes. It's a deep, deep meditation, very effective, and see if you can get to this place from time to time throughout the day. Let me see if I could fix this lighting. Is that a little better? It's hard to, let me see. Okay, that's better. Yeah, so see if you can do this a few times throughout the day. It's very effective, and it's one of the most important practices you can do. Reminds me of the quote by Ramana Maharshi: the greatest service you could do to the world is your own self-realization. Realize you are the observer, you are the witness, you are not the mind. And so that practice of self-inquiry, mind observation, helps to disconnect from that mind and true self After many years, the mind becomes cemented over our true essence. And the mind likes to think it's God, it's all powerful. The mind is like a parasite or a virus that continues to grow and grow and grow until it completely covers our true nature, our true self. That's why the sooner you practice these methods, the better. It almost, I say almost, because there's always hope. It almost gets to a point where someone's ego or mind is so powerful that there's almost no returning from it. We all know people who are so cemented in their ways that it's very difficult or nearly impossible to change. This is what we don't want to get to. We don't want to get to that point. So continue to do this, especially the forgiveness, letting go, and the mind observation. And these practices will do you very well. And you could ask, who is the one that is doing well? And today's topic is going to be on the ego or the mind. There's different traps or ways the ego sabotage your progress. One of these ego traps or ways it will do so is through doubt. It will induce doubt. The ego loves to be in control. Doubt is one of the ways the ego will try to sabotage you. You may look at someone and judge someone. They're too old, they're too young, they're ugly, they're pretty, they're too fat, they're too skinny. So you'll doubt what they're saying by their appearance. You'll doubt what they're saying because you think you know more than they do, or you think that they don't know what they're talking about. You doubt who they are. The ego will trap you up in many different ways, and this is one of them. The ego likes to sabotage your path to becoming more conscious is through drowsiness. You might get sleepy, you might feel certain pains or aches. It is the ego that is trying to sabotage you. You might have problems staying focused. You might have ADD type of issues, not the medical diagnosis, but just problems paying attention. Another way the ego will try to sabotage you is through not liking someone, as we said before, and wishing harm or ill will or anything negative for that person. And that could come in through anger or the non-favorable emotions, hatred, dislike, you're angry, and fear. Fear is another one. Another ego sabotage technique is through, did I say boredom? When you get bored, that's another way. So if you're bored, comes close to being distracted. Another way is forgetfulness. So you may forget things. That is the ego, or it could be the ego sabotaging you. Not all the time that you forget something is it the ego. Sometimes we just simply forget things. Either way, the ego is not your amigo, as my friend would say. And that really is the summary of this topic. How do you go past the ego? Well, if you know some of the sabotaging ways that it will present itself, then you can watch it, you can observe it, and that should reduce its impact. Really, the ego or the mind, same thing, is not here for our benefit. You can liken our ego and our higher self to God and the devil, positive, negative influence. The mind, like I said before, it's like a virus, and it will keep growing unless you start to realize the self. Generally, the ego presents the non-favorable emotions as ways to sabotage. That fear, anger, hate, dislike, being a know-it-all. You know more than the other person. You've experienced more than the other person. There's a million ways the ego will try to sabotage your path to realizing the self. Another big way actually is, like I mentioned, the ego likes to portray itself as God. So you may do, or some people that do these psychedelic type of substances like ayahuasca or ibogaine or a couple others, there's DMT. The ego will say that now I am enlightened, I am God, I am self-realized. The mind will convince itself and say this, and this is false. Because self-realization is not the mind. The real self is the observer, the witness to the mind. You are that. That is you. And that's it. Thank you for being here, guys. Have a great day, night, wherever you are. See you on the flip side.